Subtracting with exponents where we just combine the like terms and the exponent didn't change and the variable didn't change. Today we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing exponents. So in this unit, the word exponent and power have the same meaning. So n to the third power, n would be considered the base. 3 is the exponent or the power. And we can rewrite n to the third power how? How do we expand that?
3 to the...
n times n times n. So that's how we would expand it. So if we look down here, the first example, 6 to the third power times 6 to the fourth power. First, I want to expand both of those things. So if I expand 6 to the third power, I get 6 times 6 times 6. And then I want to also expand 6 to the fourth power. So 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. So all I've done is taken this and expanded it out. Now if I want to rewrite this using an exponent, it would be 6 to what power?
To the 7th.
6 to the 7th power. So let's do the same thing with the next one. Expand x squared, that would be x times x. And expand x to the 7th, so that would be x times itself 7 times. So now if I want to rewrite this using an exponent, it would be x to what power?
9.
The 9th.
So we're just adding the top.
For the third one, expand m times m times m is m to the third power. I just have an m, so that's going to just be m. And then m squared would be m times m. So that would be m to what power?
6.
The 6th power. For the next one, we're just going to kind of ignore the parentheses. So I have a times a times a times p times p times a times 4p's. So I can combine all of the a's because this is multiplication. It can be rearranged. So how many a's are there? 4. So that would be a to the 4th power. And how many p's are there? 6. So p to the 6th power. And then go ahead and expand this last one. So m times x times y times y times y times m times x times x times x times y. How many m's are there? 3. How many x's are there? And how many y's are there? 4. So what's the shortcut here?
Just add them.
Just add what?
The exponent.
So notice that we added the exponent. 6 to the third times 6 to the 4th. 3 plus 4 was 7. X squared times x to the 7th. 2 plus 7 is 9. What about this third one? How did we get 6?
We added the top exponents.
So 3 plus 2 was 5.
Well, just add an imaginary one.
It doesn't show 1, but m is m to the 1st power, right? So that's how you get 6. So when multiplying same bases, we add the exponents. And the rule here, which we just said, a to the m power times a to the n power equals a to the m plus n power.
What?
That's just a way of saying this rule.
Oh.
You add the exponents together to get the answer. Alright, do the understanding check. Right, so 4 to what power? 8. 4 to the 8th power. A to what power? 11th. M and N. And then G, P, X. Any questions about these? Okay, go ahead and turn the page. Warning, do not apply the exponent rules to coefficients. What are coefficients?
The numbers at the bottom.
The numbers in front of the variable. So what's the coefficients in number 1?
3 and 3.
3 and 2. So we do not apply the rules to that. We just do our normal old multiplication. I can rewrite this as 3 times 2 times x to the 4th times x to the 5th. So now I've kind of grouped common things together. So 3 times 2, we just multiply to get 6. X, we add the exponents just like we've been doing, so that would be to the 9th power. So it would be 6 times x to the 9th power. Number 2, we multiply negative 5 times 6, so we get negative 30. We combine our n, so we get n to what power?
7. 6.
6. And combine the p's, and we get p to the 9th power. Any questions about that? Okay, do the understanding check for those two.
Nice song.
All right, part A, what is the coefficient going to be? 28, and then p to what power? 8. Part B, what's the coefficient? Negative 24. A to what power? 11. All right, so similar thing. Now we're looking at division. So if I'm dividing 7 to the 8th power over 7 to the 2nd power, I'm going to go ahead and expand these first. So 7 times itself 8 times over 7 times itself twice. So if I have something over itself, it cancels out. It cancels to 1. So 7 over 7 is 1. 7 over 7 is 1. How many 7s am I left with here?
6.
6. So that's 7 to the 6th power. The same thing with the A's. We do A times itself 5 times. And A times itself 3 times at the bottom. I can cancel 1, 2, 3. So how many A's am I left with?
2.
2. So this is A squared. The bottom, M times itself 7 times. P times itself 5 times. And then the same thing at the bottom. M times itself 5 times. And P times itself twice. So cancel what you can. We have M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 M's cancel. 2 P's cancel. How many M's am I left with?
2.
2. And how many P's?
3.
3. So what's the shortcut here?
Subtract.
We subtract. So in dividing same bases, we are going to subtract the exponents. So the rule here is that a to the m power over a to the n power equals a to the m minus n power. Go ahead and do the understanding check, the next 3. All right, A, 6 to what power? 6 to the 5th power. P to what power?
Squared.
P to the 2nd power, squared. C, X to what power?
2.
Squared. And P? 6. So again, do not apply these rules to the coefficients. We just reduce the fraction like normal. So 6 over 2 reduces to what? 3. And then I do my normal subtraction. So P to the 8th over P to the 3rd is P to the 5th. Number 2, reduce it. What's negative 10 over 2? Negative 5. X to what power?
6.
6. And P?
4.
To the 4th. Number 3, what is that reduced?
Negative, I don't know. Negative 13. What? Coefficient. I don't.
If you came across this fraction, 2 over 16, what would that reduce to?
1 over 8.
That would reduce to 1 over 8. So this reduces to 1 over 8. M to what power? 7. So you can write it like this, 1/8 times m to the 7. Or you can write it as m to the 7th over 8. Either one of those is okay. Do the understanding check.
I don't use the song.
Alright, part A, what is the coefficient?
3.
3. And g to what power?
The 6.
G to the 6. No, B, what's the coefficient?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. X to what power?
5th.
The 5th. And P to the
6.
6th. Number 7, what's the coefficient? C, what's the coefficient?
1 over 4.
1 over 4. W to what power?
3rd.
3rd. And M to what power? 2nd. Alright, and then down at the bottom it says special cases. So we're still doing the coefficients like normal, so 6 over 2 reduces to 3. What about this M? So when we do 5 minus 9, what do we get?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. So we write 3 times M to the negative 4th power. What about number 2? 1/4. P to the
Negative 2.
negative 2. So we subtract, we get a negative number, so we just write it with that negative number. Number 3, 50 over 25
2.
is 2. P to what power?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. And M to what power?
6.
Positive 6. Do the understanding check.
divided by 15.
Mhm.
One and 1/6.
All right, A, what's the coefficient?
2.
2. And then W to what power?
Negative 4.
The negative fourth power. B, what's the coefficient?
2/5.
2/5. If you came to this fraction 6 over 15, you would divide both by 3 and get 2 over 5. And then G to what power?
-6.
Negative 6. Number 7.
5.
Yeah.
1 over 5.
1 over 5.
W to what power?
Negative W.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. M to the
Second.
Second.
second power.